Hello, and welcome to Storytime with Charles. Today's tale is Dr. Charles Sinclaire and the Sleepy Star. Once upon a time, in a quiet English village, nestled between rolling green hills and sleepy sheep, there lived a 55-year-old doctor named Dr. Charles Sinclaire. He was a distinguished man with perfectly combed silver hair, round spectacles perched on his nose, and a voice so posh it sounded like he was sipping tea, even whilst speaking. "Ah, yes. Good evening, my dear. You appear to have a touch of the sniffles. Nothing a spot of chamomile and warm socks shan't fix," he would say, peering kindly at his patient through his spectacles. Dr. Sinclaire lived in a charming stone cottage, with ivy on the walls and a grandfather clock that chimed like a polite bellhop. But what most people didn't know was that Charles had a rather unusual nighttime habit. Each night, just before bed, Charles would step out into his garden, wearing a velvet robe, clutching a porcelain teacup, and look up at the sky. "Stars," he whispered, "absolutely exquisite celestial diamonds, but one of you seems rather drowsy tonight." You see, Dr. Sinclaire wasn't just any doctor. He was also a part-time star whisperer, and one particular evening he noticed a tiny star, no larger than a sugar cube, drooping and flickering softly in the northern sky. "Good heavens!" he said in his most concerned tone. "That star is clearly suffering from what we in the medical field call cosmic fatigue." So naturally, he made a plan. That night, instead of getting into bed, he packed a small black bag, complete with a thermometer, honey lozenges, a tiny hot water bottle, and tiptoed to his shed. There, hidden behind the lawn-mower, was a hot air balloon he kept for exceptional cases. With a whoosh of flame and a gust of wind, Dr. Charles Sinclaire floated up into the sky, calling out, "Hold on, dear star, the doctor is on his way." Up and up he went, through wispy clouds and twinkling winds, until he reached the sleepy star. The star gave a gentle flicker. "Oh, hello," it said in a voice like wind chimes. "I think I overdid it last night. Too much twinkling." "Ah, yes, classic over-twinkle. Happens to the best of us," said Charles, nodding wisely. Jay gently patted the star with a silk handkerchief, took its temperature, slightly chilly, and prescribed a lullaby made of moonlight and warm cocoa vapor. After a few minutes of being gently hummed to by the doctor, the star gave a cozy sigh and began glowing steadily again. "Thank you, Dr. Sinclaire," it murmured. "I feel ever so much better." "Think nothing of it," Charles replied, adjusting his scarf. "It's all in a day's work. Now get some rest, old chap." With a polite wave, he descended back to earth, landing softly in his garden just as dawn was creeping across the hills. He slipped back into bed, the teacup still warm on his bedside table, and sighed a contented sigh. And as he drifted off to sleep, the stars twinkled above, one just a bit brighter than the rest, watching over the village and the kind, posh-voiced doctor who always made time, even for the stars. The end.